I want to start to unpack your sound a little bit. You as a producer, you as a songwriter, you've said before that you make uplifting, sparse pop is where I read that somewhere.
Oh God. People always ask me to try and describe things, and then when they requote it to me, I'm like, oh God, that feels so cringy.
Well, I think it's like on a surface level for me, because I'm not from this world at all, I'm like, the production is so good.
Oh, that's really kind.
Like
Thank you.
it sounds so great from a variety of different lenses. I guess like when you just play it really loud, it's just like, it's quite three-dimensional, I guess.
Thanks.
How do you think about your music? How do you see it in your head?
Yeah, I guess there are two sides of the coin, I guess, when I'm making songs, and it is like most songs are birthed from the piano, and so the melody, and take all the production away, hopefully it's still a song that can stand on its own. But then I do really dive deep into the production, and even now I've been in that process finishing music, and it's like it's endless, and I can't let go of things, and every single sound, whether it's like a tiny little FX riser or whether it's trying 100 different snares, I really, really go into that. And often I guess my sonic choices aren't particularly there are sonic choices that would make it sound more radio or more commercial, and I guess I'm actually always hopefully trying to do the opposite of that.
So that's intentional. You go, that sound is too commercial. I'm gonna find something a bit
I think richer. So, yeah, because I think my voice and I'm very aware that my voice and my writing is quite has like kind of conventional pop sensibilities, and I love that about it. And I think then how you take that and make something sounding a bit more fresh is by putting in something that you wouldn't expect percussion wise, or like taking weird foliage sounds and sampling them. I think that's how you create hopefully something that makes it a bit more unique than like just a conventional sound. Like, for example, I think like Maggie Rogers does that really well. Like when I first heard Alaska, it's like the song itself is like a pop song or like quite a soulful song, but with all the weird percussion elements, it kind of takes you into a whole new world. So
that minutia, you make me think of certain minutia that I'm sure, I don't know how I'm going to make this on the podcast. Maybe I'll have to cut in here with the song, but I was listening to Vertigo as I was driving in this morning. The beep sound is so cool. And it's like, I don't know, there's something about that just tweaks my ear a little bit because it's so, I don't know, it's not meant to be there.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not tuned, I don't think, in the key of the song or anything, no.
Was that something where you just went like, this feels right, feels different?
Yeah, then I was making the song with Konji, who's an amazing producer who's done a lot of my stuff with me. We were just playing around with what could go there. At first it was like a whistle, and then it was a beep, and I don't know, it just felt playful. And I also liked that it kind of felt like almost like, it was either like a whistle, almost like as if it was like, it was building tension in that way, or it was like a heart monitor to me. Like that was kind of how I heard it. Like with the 808, just doing the boom, 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 beep, boom, 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 boom. It just felt like it was building some kind of like heart tension that was rising. Yeah.
Yes. I feel like there's like little themes in it, right? There's like a ticky-tocky type sound to it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not trying to like say like, I heard things, but it's I'm interested because I'm like,
it's true.
That sound is not common in a song like that, I guess. How do you think, like there's so much space in your sound, like reverb and just room.
Yeah, can't get enough of it. Yeah.
Just all the way up.
Yeah, all the way up.
How do you think your songwriting or production has changed since you performed in stadiums? Has that affected anything?
Definitely. I think everyone will probably start to hear it with the new music. I think like when I started off, they really were bedroom beats. Like, I barely even knew what the word stem meant. Do you know what I mean? Like I was sending these stems off to mix, and these poor mixers were like, this is not in the right place. Like they really were rough and ready, which I think there was a real beauty to the sound of it. And then I think since being in stadiums, I've really cared about the growth of a song and the scale of a song. I think subconsciously, to be honest. And I think the next phase of music does sound, you can definitely feel the scale of it a lot more. And I think it is just because it is so, there's no better feeling than being able to sing songs in a really big space and have everyone sing along.
Well, the best stadium artists you've been around, right? And exactly, when you say scale, do you mean just development of the theme throughout the song that you just want it to hit?
Yeah, I think it's just like, for me, it was about not really missing every second of the song is thought about. And it's like, whether there's a melody, are we emphasizing it with toms, or are we creating tension here with some hats, or like, you know, by the end of it, are we really growing to do a big final chorus, and is the bass hitting? And I never actually really cared too much about bass when I first started making music, because I did want that space, and I wanted it to be sparse. But almost now, I guess I've thought about it more, and even just caring more about like the kick sound, and you know, just, I guess before it was so instinctual what I did, and it was so just like, I've just finished school, I've gone in, I had a long day, I'm just going to put in this splice kick and whatever, and then it would just stick, and it would go to mix and come out. Whereas I guess now I've really had time to like really fine tune every single sound, you know.
Is that a brief